In episode 4 of season 11 of The Curse of Oak Island, the team intensifies their efforts to locate the misplaced tunnel while exploring the vicinity of the money pit. The investigation raises critical questions. Will they identify the treasure? And what discoveries have the archaeology and excavation team made recently? As the crew resumes their quest, this episode employs advanced contemporary technologies and collective knowledge, progressing with a greater number of sources. Alex notes during the drilling operation at D5 that the tunnel may hold a significant quantity of metallic substances, potentially oriented westward toward the baby blob. At a depth of 53 feet, the drill extracted enigmatic material from exceptionally damp and soft subterranean soil, an indicator often linked to proximity to a tunnel. Later, a meeting with a representative from Dumas Contracting Ltd. in the war room revealed new developments that prompted the team to resume work after regulatory approvals. The Ministry of Labor in Nova Scotia sanctioned drilling and excavation activities, enabling Dumas construction to deepen the garden shaft. With the green light, the team plans to accelerate the analysis of marked areas before major operations. Meanwhile, metal detector specialists Gary Drayton and Peter Fornetti investigate the shoreline of Lot 5, searching for clues to the presence of iron artifacts, metals, or other treasures. Using flags to delineate areas of interest, they identified a site where ships may have rested, uncovering additional activity in the region. Surprisingly, a granite slab was found at the exact center of Lot 5, potentially sealing something beneath the surface. Nearby, a circular depression from the late 1600s resembled the garden shaft. Metal detection in the flagged regions led to the discovery of a cribbing spike, used in Oak Island's construction, and the handle of a snipping tool traced to hand-forged iron scissors of Spanish origin from 1970. Both artifacts were bagged for further analysis. Approximately 50 feet from the shore, archaeologists excavated a rectangular depression associated with the garden shaft. Helen noted its rarity and suggested intentional concealment to evade detection. The meticulous excavation suggested significant activity on Lot 5, with efforts made to obscure evidence. Meanwhile, drilling continued 100 feet into the money pit region, uncovering additional pivotal revelations in D5 and 27. As the episode unfolds, the team persists in their quest, blending cutting-edge technology with historic investigation to unravel the mysteries of Oak Island. The tunnel timber shaft evidence suggests the existence of an additional structure extending in an easterly direction. The wood at the newly discovered tunnel appears more robust, healthier, and closer to the surface than the wood initially sought for the tunnel. At 101 to 995 feet into the drilling process, the drilling machine extracted a substantial mass of moist soil containing scattered materials, including wood, confirming the presence of a second tunnel east of the garden shaft. Although the team made additional discoveries, their borrowed time expired, and it was now the turn of Dumas Contracting Company and Irving Contracting Ltd. to contribute their considerable efforts. The companies brought robust machinery, including 109-ton cranes for hoisting large appliances and a 3-ton hammer grab tool. As the contracting companies commenced assembly, Alex and the team focused on a new borehole drilling operation, designated C5 and 27, east of the garden shaft. This operation aimed to investigate the newly discovered tunnel, estimated to be 7.5 feet in diameter and over 100 feet deep. Another objective of the C5 and 27 drilling was to facilitate constructing a more robust conduit beneath the garden shaft, as desired by the Oak Island team. The team worked swiftly to drill the borehole due to time constraints and safety restrictions limiting observation and analysis in certain site areas. While construction proceeded, Some team members sought to investigate recently unearthed artifacts at the Interpretive Center on Oak Island. Blacksmithing expert Carmen Legg examined what appeared to be a snipping implement, confirming that a fracture occurred where the welded shear of the scissors was affixed to the handle. The circular depression on Lot 5 and the scissors were traced to the same date, hinting at a potential link. Additional finds included ceramic and pearlware fragments, now white in color, dating to the mid-1700s. Helen theorized that a portion of the creamware once belonged to a porcelain teapot, consistent with historical evidence of the era. However, the burial of these ceramics before Oak Island's unveiling further complicated efforts to trace their provenance. In 1762, shortly after Oak Island's discovery, Charles Morris partitioned it into 4-acre plots to facilitate exploration. However, evidence suggests the rectangular depression predates the island's segmentation and the discovery of the money pit. By the afternoon, the eastern borehole, C5 and 27, had penetrated several feet beneath the surface. At a depth of 93 feet, the drilling crew anticipated another discovery, but were constrained by time. Before time ran out, an extraordinary event occurred. The rare decrease to 104 indicated extremely fragile and disturbed soil. At 111 feet, the crew unearthed a wood-filled core. The lower portion of the wood was in excellent condition, with irregular patterns suggesting it had been fashioned by hand. Rather than using advanced technology, axe cuts on timber, or the widespread use of mechanized saws in the 1800s were comparable. If this hypothesis holds true, the tunnel was most likely constructed by a secret depositor or a searcher prior to 1795. The subsequent discovery from the drilling operation comprised a combination of moist soil, oil fiber, wood fragments, and detritus. Terry hypothesizes that the smoother and more stable timber beam belonged to the tunnel's roof, whereas the lower, murkier, and softer fibers were used for the tunnel's floor. Dumas Contracting Limited will soon begin work around the garden shaft, starting with the dewatering operation and subsequently expanding the borehole by an additional 20 feet. Much further exploration is expected throughout the drilling and construction processes. The episode concludes on a melancholy note, as time constraints prevented further discoveries. However, the results obtained from the C5 and 27 borehole drilling, along with findings from the metal detector team and archaeologists, will undoubtedly prove valuable to the mining and construction company as the project progresses. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like.